It was brief, but for a moment, Oregon was the undisputed Thanksgiving capital of the nation. The state officially held Thanksgiving twice in 1893 and twice in 1894. The governor at the time was Sylvester Pennoyer, and he proclaimed a separate Thanksgiving, likely to spite President Grover Cleveland. Pennoyer had a rapid political rise. In just 2 years, he went from losing the race for Portland mayor, in part due to his past as a Confederate sympathizer, to becoming governor of Oregon. Pennoyer campaigned with an anti-Chinese pro-labor message. At the time, many in the West accused Chinese immigrants of stealing jobs. Pennoyer became known throughout the nation with the extension of the Chinese Exclusion Act. President Cleveland warned governors that the extension could incite violence and ordered them to protect Chinese Americans in their state. Pennoyer replied, "I will tend to my business, let the president attend to his." In fact, he disliked President Cleveland so much he locked up the state's ceremonial cannons, so they couldn't be fired in celebration of Cleveland's inauguration. Back to Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving had been celebrated in New England since the 17th century, but it became a national holiday in 1863. President Lincoln issued a proclamation calling on all Americans to observe the last Thursday of November as Thanksgiving. It asked Americans in the midst of civil war to give thanks and pray for unity. From that year on, each president almost always declared the last Thursday of November Thanksgiving. Fast forward 30 years, Pennoyer decided to give his proclamation 2 days before President Cleveland. He said this, "I do hereby appoint the fourth Thursday as Thanksgiving." In 1893, November had 5 Thursdays. So when President Cleveland followed Lincoln's tradition, Oregon was left with 2 Thanksgivings. It could have been a mistake, but the exasperated Oregonian thought otherwise. Quote, "The accident that November has 5 Thursdays this year gave Pennoyer the opportunity again to declare his independence." The following year, November also had 5 Thursdays. In his last year as governor, Pennoyer again announced a separate Thanksgiving. Today, Pennoyer's holiday legacy is felt in September, on Labor Day. He made Oregon the first state to officially recognize the holiday. As for Thanksgiving, in 1941, Congress passed a resolution to mark the official day. It would be the 4th Thursday of every November. In other words, today we all celebrate Pennoyer's Thanksgiving. Hey, I'm John. I produced this video. If you want to see more like it, go to opb.org/video or like us on Facebook. Thanks for watching.